welcome back to another edition of Rake Position, where we are living out the dream from the comfort of our chairs. I am Aaron, and I am the host.
And I'm Joe, the groundskeeper. Listeners, we have a new product. I know throughout what can we say years? We can't really say years yet. We're over a year, but throughout the months,
We existed in 24 and 25. That's years.
throughout the years we've had apparel from shirts to shoes.
Countless.
We've had beverages. Well, we're getting into the food market. Um, I have I have a meeting tomorrow at noon with a distributor to talk about thinly sliced ham and turkey. Tomorrow I have a lunch meet about lunch meat.
Man, took you so long to get there, but I'm so glad you got there. I I am Jay Lee the Rover, and I'm gonna kick it to oh nope, Corey's still not here. Another week, another no show.
Corey's still taking care of us getting the pods posted on the audio versions. I'm not sure what happened last week. We had some Google Drive issues. The YouTube got up, but the audio pod took a while, but we got it. We're good. So we're rolling right along. This is episode 64. Real quick, off the top of your head, best player to ever wear number 64 in the majors. Go.
Bernie
Dave
Williams.
Murphy.
I have no idea if there was ever
Me
one.
neither. I don't know.
I'll just see if you guys do it. So we got a little bit of news, but not a whole lot since last time. So we've got a fun episode planned for you guys. But I do want to start with just a little bit of international free agency talk. Today opened up the 2025 international free agency signing. So I've got a few trivia questions because this is a hot topic, maybe more so than normal. Since Shohei came over, I guess, 8 years ago, because of how it's set up. So if you're not familiar with international free agents, if you're born outside of the U.S. and Puerto Rico, then you are not in the amateur draft. And so once you get turn 16, you are considered a free agent. Can be signed by any team. However, each team, the way it's set up now, has an international bonus pool fund that they can sign these guys from, and it ranges anywhere from $5 million to I think the most this year is like $7.5 million. That money can be traded in small increments, $250,000 at a time. It gets traded from time to time, but not a whole lot. But it can be used to sign any of these guys. That once they turn 16, they're free. Now there are some differences with these other leagues, like the Nippon Professional Baseball League in Japan. When these guys get posted by their team and they're under 25 years old, when their host team back home says, we'll allow you to sign with a major league team, and they're younger than 25, they fall into this international bonus pool range. If they're over 25, like Yamamoto was last year, they can sign just as a normal free agent, with no strings attached. So usually guys wait until they're 25 where they have full-blown free agency options and can sign for all the money that they can achieve. However, this year we got this young stud. Yeah.
Before you go too far off this topic, maybe it's one of these things where I thought it or it used to be a thing or it's not a thing anymore. Maybe you can enlighten me. Do they not have to post like a fee anymore to that team to get them over here, or they still do?
Yeah, it's different because the money is contained to the international bonus pool money. So nobody's going to be spending more than $7 million on a single guy. So the team still gets a certain percentage of that, but the max of contract's going to be is very small. Back in our childhood, like Daisuke, Matsuzaka, when those guys came over, there was no limit. And so it sounds fair. All 30 teams get a bid, but all that really does is allow the teams with the deep pockets to go above and beyond. And so guys were getting $200 million contracts, plus the team has to pay to buy them out of the contract to their original team, and so it was above and beyond just what you're paying the player. And so, yeah, they've controlled that now. Like Yoshinobu Yamamoto was just a free agent, so he didn't. I don't know what the posting fee is for that, how you get them out of the league over there, but
Hmm.
very minuscule.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Nice.
Roki Sasaki is coming over. His window to pick a team ends in about 8 days. International free agency just opened today. So basically, in the next week, he will have to pick a team or go pitch back in Japan another season. So all yeses say that he is coming to America very soon. So theoretically, anybody can sign this guy. However, realistically, where do we think he's going?
Real quick before
Oh,
we get into those predictions, sometimes I question if I should share my ideas here because I feel like
oh boy.
Space of
some
love.
no, because so many people hear this, they steal them, and I'm gonna
Uh,
guess there's been at least one millionaire made out of listening to this show and stealing my ideas because I'm too lazy to put them into motion. But so back to like if you're posting. So here's a scenario. Super Beast players on a team. He gets $100 million deal, and he has the team that signs him has to give the posting fee of, is it a percentage or is it just whatever they want?
yeah, I think it's like 20%
So let's say
now.
20%. I'm glad I did 100 million because I can do 20% of that. Can I? 20 million. So they have to give 20 million to the team. Okay. So the team keeps all that. Here's my idea. We go over and right before he's about to post, we make a team and sign him. And we say, we'll give you 50% of the posting fee. So now he gets 100 million plus we get 20, but we promised him another 10 million. So he's willing to lower his morals, leave his team and come to ours. We now have $10 million. We come back to America and we
We only got
buy
to do that once, really. I like it.
single A team.
We just got to find one idiot to listen to us,
Um,
Yeah,
and we're good.
just one
so
greedy guy.
we just have to, we don't have to have any startup money to start this.
Jay Lee, if you're not on board right now, then you're not on board.
So
I
not,
love how this the second qualification was lower his morals.
yeah.
And I mean, from time to time, we all do that.
Are you in, Jared?
I mean, I think I have to be.
Nope. You hesitated.
I'm in.
All right, perfect.
Back
Yeah, so Roki
to
Sasaki, 23-year-old, throws 100 plus, got the ridiculous splitter that seems like every pitcher from Japan has. Um,
so we're reading
Bad
that
luck.
we're reading that he's down to three teams, right?
Seems
The
like it.
Padres, the Dodgers, and then is the MLB paying players to like say, "Hey, you might go to the Blue Jays too"? Because why
Yes.
why would the Blue Jays be the third team in that? That's I would be flabbergasted if he went there. I don't know if we did an actual prediction show earlier in the offseason, but I know my prediction was the obvious one of the Dodgers. I mean, but San
Yeah.
Diego's makes sense too. Um, if he wants to win, I think he can do that in either place, but the Dodgers would be the favorite.
Yeah. I keep, every time I look into this kid, nice. I saw that, Joe. Um, I keep hearing that he doesn't want the spotlight on him. But then that
Mm.
makes no sense as to like the teams he's going to pick. Like he wants to go to a smaller market so he doesn't have all this pressure on him. But then if you go to a smaller market, you're going to be the star most likely, which would put the spotlight on you. If you go to LA, you're going to be expected to perform. He's not going to Canada. Like, why would you go from Japan to Canada? Like, that's not happening. Sorry, Toronto. Like, you can keep attaching your names to all these players you want. Shout out to your PR guy. Like, he is making it happen. Like, yeah, I hear they're trading Aaron Judge to the Blue Jays. Um, so I don't know. I think the Padres would be a better fit because isn't his like one of his favorite players ever as I'm
You
already
Darvish,
drawing.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Darvish. So
I've
I
read
think
that too, yeah.
it'd be cool for him to go to. I mean, San Diego's still a bigger market, and they'll pay a lot of people. But I'm just tired of seeing people go to LA. Like go to San Diego, see what you can make happen there. It's not like they're not a terrible team, and they'd be a good piece of that rotation.
Yeah, it seems like San Diego's a chiller market, like more relaxed.
Yeah.
Uh, One thing, yeah, they talk about all this other stuff that he's really interested in is, long-term viability of the franchise, how they develop pitchers, ability to fly home very easily, all this other
And
stuff.
Toronto's on the list.
Yeah, I don't know if you fly straight over the North Pole if you get to Japan in 2 minutes. I don't know how that works. Uh, I mean, it's international airport, I'm sure, as opposed to Milwaukee. That's not
That's
international.
true.
Um, But I don't know if you read recently that I'm not sure if it's Seidler family, the owner of San Diego, died in the offseason. And
Some
now his
turmoil
family,
there, right?
yeah, his widow is suing his brothers for control of the team. So that's got to look bad for long-term stability.
And he is projected to be a starter. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
and pretty quick. I mean, he's 23, so it'll kind of be like a rookie age. He has never thrown a full season in Japan, which is interesting.
Hmm.
They were very relaxed on his demands his first couple years when he was just still a teenager, hitting his 20s. Hadn't thrown a whole lot when he was on the WBC stage,
I was about to
a
ask
few
if
years
he pitched
ago,
there.
and just flat out dominated on that. And that was kind of his welcome to the spotlight moment at 20, 21 years old. And then this year he had arm and shoulder issues. No surgeries, just fatigue and wearing out. So he doesn't have a whole lot of innings, which sounds nice, but he hasn't been able to pitch a whole lot of innings since becoming a full-time starter. So I mean, anybody it takes, he's probably going to do a six-man rotation. The Dodgers have to do six-man rotation already with Otani, so it makes a whole lot of sense just to slide him in there.
Dodgers
But
might have like a 15-man rotation.
I'm surprised Joe didn't pick Blue Jays because the Blue Jays finally don't swing and miss. Maybe Joe's got a chance with his DMs
That's what
that he's been
I was going to say.
trying.
Oh,
The DMs ain't answered, so I don't see any
All
correlation to the
right,
Blue Jays getting the signing
that's
gotcha. So keep us
because
posted on those DMs.
for
you're
sure.
not answering the DMs, Joe, or the ones you sent out haven't been answered. Which one's happening? Like you're declining the DMs?
Guaranteed the ones he sent out ain't being answered.
No.
TBD.
All right. Keep me in the loop.
All right, so fun international stuff because usually like the Braves today signed five-star power hitter, switch hitter, throws 100 miles per hour from the outfield, 16-year-old kid.
Chipper
No
Jones?
16-year-old kid
No.
does that, so he decided for 1.8 million. So it's always interesting with international free agents because you hear these names when they sign and then you don't see them, maybe 4 or 5 years later in the big leagues. You really don't know what you're getting until years down the road. So I got some international free agent trivia. Let's do some trivia. I got 4 questions for you, four
Oh
Get
boy.
categories.
ready,
Let's see.
listeners.
On the other end of this is never good.
The first category, we'll talk hitters. Now, these are from the 2023 rosters. I could not find 2024 stats. So, in 2023, so just over a year ago, 64.8% of all MLB hitters were American. All right, US born. What country had the second most hitters in the big leagues in 2023?
I got my answer.
Um, man, I think it's one of them little bitty ones, but you wouldn't think it would be one of them little bitty ones, huh? You said one country, is that right?
What country produced the most hitters in 2023 on
All right.
MLB rosters?
Are we writing this down, or you just want us to say our answers?
Just, yeah, don't cheat. All right, Jared, go for it.
I will say Puerto Rico.
I was between Yugoslavia and the Dominican Republic, and I went with the DR.
Oh, you're both wrong. Surprisingly, it's Venezuela had
Huh.
10% of all hitters. I know Cunha's from there.
That's a lot.
He has a lot of good ones. The Dominican Republic had 9.3%. Then Cuba at 4.8. Puerto Rico had 2.8.
Those were playing
Mexico
golf score, right?
1.7. And Canada had 1% of all major league hitters.
Dang, I
Little
can't
Canada.
believe Mexico's that low.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. All right, now let's look
Can't
at
believe Canada's that
pitchers.
high.
Yeah, I can't. Russell Martin still playing. All right, 2023 pitchers, 72.5% were U.S. born. What country has the second most pitchers in the big leagues in 2023?
Hmm.
I'm good.
I I don't want to say this because they were so low on the hitters, but I'm gonna say Mexico.
Okay, Jared.
I'm sticking with the answer I had before, Puerto Rico.
Ooh, once again, you'd both be 0 for 2 here. The
Gosh darn
Dominican
it.
Republic had
Ah,
15.5% pitchers represented. Venezuela was third with 2.8, tied with Canada at 2.8. Apparently, there's a lot of Canadian pitchers masquerading as MLBers here. Panama snuck in at 1.4, tied with Mexico, also at 1.4 at the bottom.
Hey,
There you go.
soon those Panamanians will be Americans, so they won't count anymore.
So will the Canadians if Trump has his way.
That's
Trump's
true.
going to bring in Canada and buy Greenland. It's going to be great.
Oh boy.
All righty. Now, this is a cool stat. Looking at last year's MVPs to show the importance of international free agency. Like I said, a lot of times you don't even know what you got because they're still teenagers by and large, and they don't even come to the States for a couple of years. They'll just stay in the Dominican or whatever and train there. Um, and so some teams have had reputations of, scouring the world for years, and other teams, it seems like, never do it. But I wanted to highlight how important it can really be by looking at last year's MVPs. So adding the top 10 vote getters in the American League and the top 10 vote getters in the National League. So looking at the 20 top MVP candidates last year, how many of them are international free agent signings?
So out of 20, you want a number out of 20?
Out of 20, how many began as international free agents?
Is this closest to the pin?
Sure, yeah.
8.
Okay.
I was gonna say 12. That's my number.
Oh, you both get a point. It's 10.
Oh, look at us.
Nice.
Look at us go.
Look at the American League. Soto got third, and he signed for 1.5 mil. Jose Ramirez signed for 50,000. That worked out. Vlad signed for 3.9 million out of Canada, by the way.
Jeez Louise.
And Jordan Alvarez was ninth. He signed for 2 mil. National League had a few more. Otani, of course, won the MVP. He signed for 3.57, and he's in the same boat Roki Sasaki's in right now. Ketel Marte got third. He signed for 100K. Marcelo Zuna got fourth. He signed for 49,000. William Contreras, this one surprised me. He's fifth, and having a brother that was already over here, he only signed for 10K. He's maybe the best catcher of
Wow.
the league now. Down in the eighth spot, Ellie De La Cruz signed for 1.1 mil, and Willie Adames, 10th, signed for 400K. So out of 20 MVP candidates, 10 of them were international free agent signings, and 5 of those 10 signed for less than $1 million to come over here.
10K. That's insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a crapshoot. You got to get out there and get as many players as you can. One, I thought that was interesting. Lindor got second. He was foreign born out of Puerto Rico, but Puerto Rico is part of our domestic draft. And so he was actually drafted, not a national free agent. All right, the last one for you guys. There's a two-way tie for first place in this category. It's a two-part question. What foreign-born player has the most MVPs for his career? And how many MVPs does he have? And there's two names, two-way tie. Foreign-born player with the most career MVPs, and how many MVPs do they have?
Hmm. This is all time.
Um,
Yep, all time.
I don't remember how many Pujols got, but I'll say Pujols with three.
Okay. Jared, can you
He was going to
name
be
the
my
other
guess
one?
too.
Pools is correct. Pools is interesting. I'll stall here for you because he is foreign born. However, he was also drafted because he came over, played high school ball and college ball in Kansas City. So yes, he was born in Dominican, but he was actually drafted. He was not an international free agent.
Did you ever see Pujols' picture at 16 when he looked
Hilarious.
Yeah,
42 years old?
I
yeah.
can't. I had Pujols on my mind, so I can't think of the other guy.
All right. The other foreign born player was
Fernando
actually an
Valenzuela.
international free agent signing. He's still active.
Whoa,
Oh, come on, guys. Corey's going to be strangling you through the TV. Shohei
Corey?
Ohtani. Shohei
Oh,
Ohtani. It's got three as well.
that
So
doesn't
him and
count.
Pujols have the most by foreign-born players. However, Ohtani was an international free agent. Pujols was drafted. So Ohtani's got the most by an international free agent of all time. Everybody with more MVPs
Pujols has like
was
six
American.
second places to old BB too.
Yeah, yeah.
He always
There you go.
finished
There's some
second.
international free agent trivia. Just some food for thought. Like you could sign a kid for $10,000, and 5 years later, you could be the best catcher
Yeah,
in the MLB.
and I mean, we all got yearbooks and we could pull these. But as I think back to my 16-year-old self and the talent, the body that I was in at that time,
Uh-huh.
I'm relatively surprised that I didn't get, you know, it'd be a low signing bonus, but I'm relatively surprised that I didn't get one.
Yeah, you think you could beat William Contreras' 10K?
I would have done it for $10. So
My dad used to let me rent video games if I got hits. Does that count?
I think so.
Okay. That's $3 for a weekend. That's what I got paid to be good at baseball. Go to Freeze with my $3 and rent me a Sega game.
yeah, what game are you in?
Oh man, back in the day, I rented Mutant League Football a lot. I love that game. I finally own it now that I'm 39, my own person.
I can get my own stuff.
It's actually in the Sega downstairs, plugged to the TV right now. All
Cool,
right,
cool,
so
cool.
there's international free agency talk. Joe has
Nice.
a fun
Thank you.
segment for us. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Um, you all know how I like to, you know how I like to do things. So some people are you eating a corn on the cob, listeners.
Hmm.
Aaron's
Yeah,
doing something weird.
that's just for our
Um,
visual
so I
otters.
like to tell stories, kind of like Deckard Cain off Diablo. I'm kind of like
Sit back and relax.
this next guy. I'm not saying I'm remotely him, but we all know Jesus out of the Bible like to tell stories as well, similar to that. Um, any other famous storytellers? Homer, did he do something?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. So anyway, yeah, this segment's going to start with a story. So we went to Chicago. What was that, 2 years ago? 2 years ago, we went to Chicago. We rode the train up there. We stayed in this super nice Airbnb.
Yikes.
One of us had the idea to save on an Uber ride and walk to the stadiums.
That's my
Um,
bad.
no, it was actually my
Hey,
idea, I
during the day
think.
it wasn't fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
Ubered back.
we
They're
tried to
walking
Uber
back.
back. I think we ended up having to Lyft back. So Lyft, if you want to sponsor us, we'd support you over Uber. But anyway, so we went up there to watch the White Sox and a Cubs game. So it's time for the Cubs game, and you all know I'm a big Cardinals fan. One of the most storied histories of any sports franchise in any major sport. I mean, lots of
Preach.
championships,
Preach.
Cardinals. So they've always been my team. So
Get on your
anyway,
soapbox. Aaron
Aaron's
left.
gone. He jelly. So we roll up into Wrigleyville, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, I'm gonna hate this place. I mean, I hope this place is just terrible. Not gonna like it. And we step inside the gate, and I'm immediately transported back to like 1913. Everything says like Americana, baseball. And the one thing and the first thing I remember the most is The smell that hit my two nostrils was amazing. That's what like transported me to baseball world. It was bacon, it was beef wrapped in one sizzling amazingness going into my brain. So that, along with a few other things, made me think we've never really talked about stadium food or if we've come across something crazy or really good at one of our visits or listeners, maybe one of your visits you can remember back to, oh, I got that Dodger dog with relish. It was really good. So we're just going to kick it around here a little bit, talk about some stadium food, what we like, what we remember. And I will say, I was going to try to spin this into an appreciate or reinstate segment as well with this. And
Haven't done that in a while.
I tried to find some, and I'm sure it's out there if anybody wants to give us some clues of things you found. I was trying to find some food that used to be a part of like baseball stadiums and no longer is. Most of, most of the information I found from like literally 1890 until now is beer and hot dogs. So I'm like, this, we don't have to reinstate anything. We can appreciate this for what it is. So
Forever.
just off the top of my head before I throw it over to Jay Lee with whatever he wants to share. Um, some of the staples, hot dogs, peanuts, pretzels, nachos, all your beverages, you got your soda, you got your beer. We all know none of this stuff is cheap. And um, I do have some favorites I'll talk about, but whoever wants to jump in here, listeners, let us know what you like. Jay Lee, Aaron, whoever wants to jump in, what's your experience with stadium food?
Um,
Besides it racking up a big old bill on that credit card statement.
yeah, besides we have to take out another mortgage. Um, no, I think that's one of the fun things about every stadium you go to is just kind of like you said, it's one of those things that just takes you back instantly. Like the smells as soon as you walk in, it's awesome. And then you get to your seat and just watching the game and eating food. That's some of the best times. But for me, um, when I go with Carrie, my wife, it's usually if we don't get nachos, I'm in big trouble. So it's always nachos. But for me personally, I like to go to every stadium and get a hot dog and base my experience off that because every hot dog is different. I think we can all attest to that. We've been to multiple stadiums together. There are some stadiums that don't have a good dog, and I'm already mad at you.
hmm
Um, and like Joe here, I don't need to slop it up with a whole bunch of toppings. Just give me the basics. Base it off the dog that way. Uh, yeah, and I think you just grab a Coke or a soda and some peanuts and just the basics. I never really care to dabble like into the ice cream world or anything sweet at a stadium. I've just never been a fan of that, but I mean, obviously, like little kids, you see getting the ice cream helmets and stuff is a cool experience for them and everything like that. So, yeah, I think for me, just give me a couple dogs, and I'm a happy man. And then I'll steal some of Joe's peanuts every time we sit down.
Yeah, there's always tons of peanuts flying around while we're at ball games for sure. I was trying to find a picture of it. Truist Park, where the Braves play, introduced. They called it, I believe, the hamburguesa sandwich a few years ago. I don't know if other parks have it or not, but I believe they had a full pound hamburger on this. I mean, it was like $50. I never bought one. With a slice of
Shit.
pizza for the buns.
Oh my goodness.
I'll try to
Why
find
did
a
we
picture
never
of it.
get this?
Yeah, I'll try to find a picture of it. I can't find it right now. My quick search. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I usually do. I might venture off and get like a brat or something like that. I don't mind. I enjoy those sometimes. Nachos, man, too. If you can get some nice crispy nachos that aren't just a soggy mess, with a little bit of jalapeno on there and some cheese sauce, I'll be good there.
Oh
But
yeah.
just sometimes you don't want to be eating that and never know what the rest of the game is going to be like. You might miss a couple innings after you eat that, being preoccupied elsewhere. So typically keep it
There's
simple. I like to collect these cups. These guys always take theirs too. So I've got Braves, I got Kansas City, I've got San Fran, I've got Oakland Cup. That's my go-to
mhm.
is get the souvenir cup. I see a lot of people do like the ice cream helmets for a keeper, but I like these cups because they're you can keep reusing them. So I got a stack of them from all the different parks we've been at.
You kind of just gave me an idea for a new segment with the nachos and the jalapenos. We could do MLB stadium bathrooms, and I don't know what we're talking
Chicago's the best.
about.
Chicago still has just the trough for the fellas. They don't even
Yeah,
have
Yep.
urinals. They just have the trough.
like I said, I wanted to hate the place, but it was a treasure. That was a
Yeah,
great.
that's
Other,
cool.
it was freezing, and there was a
Oh
fight
yeah.
right in front of us immediately in the
Yeah,
bleachers.
we're
Good
on
times.
Barstool Sports viral post of us
No,
cheering on a fight as a guy flew down the bleachers.
Yeah, I think we're doing this. We're like,
I got my camera out. I'm like
Th-
standing up. I'm a fairly tall guy. I'm like standing
does
up, getting
any
over the guy so I can see, get a
th-
camera on him.
does anybody want to recite what the line that was said,
I
if you
don't think we
remember?
No,
can.
I
no.
don't think we can either.
I
But
mean,
But
and
listeners,
what's great about it is like we got there early. It's the first time Joe had been to Wrigley, I think.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we were there early, and it was an evening game. It was like 25 degrees and sleeting when we got there an hour before the game, and
Yes.
it just got worse, obviously. And this guy was wasted before the game
before we sat
started.
down,
Oh
before
And
we
yeah.
this
even sat
fight
down.
happened in the fourth inning, I think, maybe third or fourth
Yeah.
inning. And he was a Cubs fan, and it was other Cubs fans taking him out.
Yeah.
Like there were
Yeah.
there were
It was
college White Sox fans sitting in the front row of the bleachers up against the wall, mouthing the Cubs all game, and nobody bothered them because all the other Cubs fans wanted this guy out of the game. I remember he came down our aisle one time. The girl sitting next to me, he like pushed her out of the way, said something kind of sexist to her, and her boyfriend wasn't there at the time, and the people on the other side of her was like looking like, "Do you know that guy?" And she goes, "I have no idea." And then he comes back, and I don't know if the boyfriend's who pushed him down or what, but he sent him flying.
back.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It was wild.
But real
Yeah.
quick before you continue, Joe,
Yeah.
listeners, if you ever get the chance, neither of us here we're not Chicago fans at all. None of us on this podcast, but that Cubs White Sox game was a lot of fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
Just both
Hmm.
teams, just that crosstown rivalry is legit. It's real.
Yeah.
A lot of things were said
Hmm.
that we cannot repeat.
And I got a Sean Newcomb baseball.
That too.
Back to the food. Jay Lee mentioned he's stealing my peanuts, which is fine. It's usually I feel like peanuts, yes, they're expensive, but a dog is gonna last 2 minutes. Nachos are gonna last 4 minutes. Okay, Cooney's like, cut that time in half. But peanuts, or a lot of times I'll take seeds to the game if they'll allow you to take them in.
Yeah.
They last a little bit longer. There you have the salty, then you get that Coke that's sweet. Thank goodness I don't like beer. I would hate to have to spend $14 for beer at a game. They're
Yeah, no
crazy,
joke.
but um, the one item I wanted to bring up that I remember is, and I think it's somewhat unique to the Cardinals Park. I'm sure other stadiums have something similar, but it was another hat. It was a helmet, and they made them right in front of you. They were just little fried donuts, and then you got to put your own toppings on this thing. So I'm talking as much icing, as much sprinkles
Oh
as you
my
wanted on
gosh.
this. And I basically had a donut cereal with the milk being icing. And I ate this thing and I was so sick for the rest of the game, but it was
Worth
one
it.
of the best things, sugar bomb daddy I've ever had. Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, it
Wonderful.
was good.
Well,
That's
we're
great.
looking at baseball trips for this year, and we might get lucky because the Cardinals and Braves are in Milwaukee the same week, back to back, and Milwaukee was on our to see list, and so I'm looking at Milwaukee food. Jared, this might be me and you go to a different line and leave Joe behind because it's
Let's go.
got too many words you can't pronounce.
I'll
But
go
let
to
me
the
share
I'll
this
go to the
with you.
bathroom.
This is called the This is a. Can you see that? It's called
Yep.
a repa. A repa. I'm not sure I say that. It's Venezuelan corn griddle cakes.
Oh my gosh.
They've got beef, they got chicken, they got black bean. Get that out of there. I'd go for a beef brisket and cheddar cheese arepa or a shredded chicken. I mean, it's like a little,
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
Dude, I'm not
burger
even hating
taco.
this.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So it looks pretty good. So maybe we have to find the arepas uh when we get to what's this field called now? American Family Field. And of course, they got some nice
American
Smoking
Family
Jack's barbecue,
Sure is.
little brisket nachos, 14-hour smoked brisket. I'm a sucker for some brisket, so
I usually like that 15-hour.
no, it's got to be 15 for you. Yeah, that's the bougie brisket.
Well done.
So there we go. I'm going to look for the arepa if we make it to Milwaukee this summer.
Heck
No,
yeah.
I'm
And
in.
I apologize, Ronald Acuna, if I'm saying that wrong. I know you're looking. I know you're watching.
I'll try to work a couple overtime days. Maybe we can get two of them.
Oh yeah.
Joe's just
I
going to eat two and
was
not share with us, but
going to try to share this screen so you guys can see these pictures because they're phenomenal. But your boy isn't the most tech savvy, so I don't know if I can. If you guys want to stall for a second, I'm gonna try.
Stall, 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 stall. Are there any talking about international signings, are there any good baseball movies of something like international? I know there's plenty of baseball movies, but they need
I
to
mean, that's a good question.
that needs to get that needs to get produced. Something
I remember back when we were in college, and Joe maybe you remember this better too. They did like it was when like American Idol all that was taken off, and they did like baseball version of that, and they went to India and found those two pitchers. They could both throw hard. They played like I don't know what's popular, cricket maybe
cricket,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, they threw
I don't
hard but never
remember that,
played
no.
baseball before. And the Pirates signed maybe both of them, and one almost made it to the majors. Maybe he did. I'll have to, listeners, once you hear this and realize we're pretty dumb, send us a message of who I'm talking about.
Here we go.
All right, can you guys see this bad boy?
I mean, yeah. What we got
Yeah.
here?
Perfect.
Talk me
All
through
right,
this.
guys.
Is that a peanut butter jelly on French
Yeah.
toast?
So I went.
Deep fried.
Joe was talking about food this time, and there's a show on YouTube um, called Good Mythical Morning. It's pretty popular. You guys may have heard it, may have not. But they do this segment where they guess like these insane stadium foods. So this kind of got my mind rumbling, and I didn't want to steal Joe's thunder, so I asked if I could share some of this. But I just Googled the best baseball stadium foods, and it gave me this insane list. So I'm going to run through these real quick. Obviously, yeah, we got some the deep fried, I believe, peanut butter jelly Nutella. Yeah, it gives us everything on here. So you're going to want to tune in on YouTube for this if you guys want to see some glorious foods.
I want to miss out.
Um, so yeah, we got the oh, this was for the World Series. Nice. So it's Texas toast, peanut butter, hazelnut spread, bananas. Joe loves bananas. Strawberries dipped in funnel cake batter and deep fried. When's the last time you had something bad that was deep fried?
Never.
Never.
Never. Ever. Now,
Mushrooms.
some of these I look through, they're just okay. But some of these we're gonna come across and like that thing is insane. Uh yeah, the Mets, you gotta I guess they brought back a playoff pumpkin drink, but it's only when they make the
That's
playoffs. So that doesn't
that's
happen
because
too
the Mets
often.
got to get tanked just to watch their terrible franchise.
Yeah,
Gotta get
yeah,
tanked to
yeah.
watch them tank.
And they're probably charging about $40
Yeah,
for that to pay for Juan
yeah,
Soto's
it's like
salary.
4 ounces.
Is that Grimace's hand?
I think so.
Yeah, they got Grimace doing the pumpkin spice rum drink.
But now we're moving on to the Sweet Baby Ray's Crown Sticky Buns. I
I
don't
like
know
the
how I
sound
feel
of
about
that.
this one. It
Oh,
sounds
never
good.
mind.
Mm.
So we got featuring croissant sheets, sticky caramel, cinnamon, brown sugar crumble, pulled pork, and apple barbecue sauce. A little sweet and salty action.
I blame
I
Billy
Interesting.
try
Butler
it.
for that.
What's that? What'd you say?
I blame Billy Butler for that.
I feel
Yeah.
like old Salvi Perez putting down about 9 of them an inning.
Billy always had the barbecue sauce celebration. I don't know what that was all about.
Going back to the Mets here, they're trying a little bit of anything. So they got the cinnamon bun egg roll. Let's see, featuring a cinnamon bun and vanilla icing inside an egg roll. Pretty basic. Mets.
Yeah.
Stick to the punch. All right. Now, before I get to this one, just read that next one where it says Kansas City Taste of Decay. I'm
Yeah, how
gonna
did we
just
miss
show
this?
you.
Taco.
I'm gonna show you guys the picture. Just take it in, and I'll read you the
Mhm.
description. This is
Okay.
like insane, insane. All right, here we go. Look at this bad boy.
Oh my God.
So we've got a hot dog wrapped in a cheeseburger quesadilla with barbecue brisket, French fries, lettuce, Joe's favorite onions, sriracha, Cracker Jacks, and 816 sauce.
I mean, that's about as
That
American as it
is
gets right there,
over
boys.
the
Wow.
top. I think it's
It
glorious.
looks phenomenal, minus the onions.
The
Yeah, I
Cracker
don't know how
Jacks is
we.
a weird touch on top.
I don't know how we missed that, or
Oh
where that
yeah,
would
we
even.
had hot dogs. Once again, we didn't see any of this.
This one's kind of odd, but be fun for the
Polar
kids.
pasta.
So introducing polar pasta, vanilla ice cream with donut holes, strawberry syrup, and mint. So it's supposed to be spaghetti, but looks like pasta.
But
Looks good to
all
me.
ice cream and donuts.
Yep.
Can't be bad. Can't be that bad.
All right. So some of these we're seeing for the first time too, because I didn't go too far. Wowzers. We
See, that's
got
what a hot dog should
Oh,
look like
that
at a
looks
ballpark.
terrible.
we got the warehouse dog. It's a 12-inch dog
Bench.
with horse res
Oh,
infused
ugh.
brick sauce, pit beef, queso, fondito, pickled pico, and onions on a pretzel bun. Wow.
I've never had a pretzel hot dog bun.
Now imagine you're sitting watching Gunnar Henderson at the plate and you're trying to
I
scarf this
ain't. I'm
bad
eating
boy
that.
down. Yeah, you're not even paying
Gunner
attention to the game
Gunner
anymore.
can wait.
You're focused. Yeah, he steps out the box as
This
he
needs
waits
my
for
full
you.
attention.
That thing is massive.
Uh, I've seen
Okay.
MLB did a special on this. Like
Really?
they were trying to
Okay.
say something nice about the White Sox. They couldn't. So they
All
talked
right.
about
So
this
yeah, little
shake.
campfire milkshake, graham
Yeah.
crackers, marshmallows, and a milkshake. Okay. But
Yeah,
again,
it's a s'more on top of it.
I'm not going for the sweets at the game, honestly.
Yeah. Take that home with me.
Mets and their egg rolls, man.
Yeah, get that out of here.
What is
Contains
it?
rainbow cookie, raspberry jam, and chocolate syrup wrapped in an egg roll wrapper.
Next.
Next, you are no thanks.
The double Mitchwich.
Oh
Mitch
man,
Haniger. Oh, I saw this one too on MLB.
this looks amazing. The
Mhm.
Haniger half contains grilled chicken breast, marinated tomatoes, bacon, Parvati cheese. And what's the
You
other?
know, I haven't
Oh,
eaten
I
since
shouldn't have
lunch.
clicked that.
No, there we go. I get a better view of it.
Oh yeah, dude, sign me
Making
up.
me hungry.
Pulled pork,
Mhm.
black forest ham. That looks amazing.
Yeah, I'd eat
I'd eat
that.
that. We need to on our next trips. We need to make sure we're scoping every little nook and
Maybe we
cranny.
need to have like a rake position. Joe did say bake your position. So we need to
Yeah.
start having an Instagram feed of just what we eat at the ballparks. Maybe that's what all the cool kids do nowadays is
Now that's a
take
weird
pictures of their
picture. It says
food.
Arizona Diamondbacks, but it's got a Mets logo. And it's the
It's
same
Yeah,
the
that's the
picture
same
same
below it.
drink.
drink.
Yeah, it's the same picture.
Oh,
It's Grimace's
someone
hand.
messed up there. Holy cannoli.
I mean, that looks amazing. That's like an apple pie cannoli.
That does look awesome. I would eat that.
Oh man.
The Phillies bringing in the
Apple
fun.
pie chimichanga.
Goonie,
Hmm.
here you go.
Irish nachos.
Okay.
That's some
Loaded
interesting.
funnel cake. Fries to Sunday.
Hmm. Looks
Ooh,
delicious.
look.
I love
This
funnel
part's
cake.
even got ones where you
Words,
can
find it. Write
yeah.
that down. Section 142. We'll be there when we get to Boston. Renegade hot dog.
Okay, so some
That's
of
what
these
that's what we call a horseshoe around here.
I think what I'm seeing is the pages aren't lined up here. So this is actually the Arizona Diamondbacks, the chimichanga, apple pie
Hmm.
chimichanga.
Oh
And
yeah.
then this is the Irish nachos, right?
In Philly, yeah, in Philly. Yeah, the top doesn't match the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's
No, this
Boston's
is the
Irish
Irish
nacho.
nachos right here. Right here. This is the Irish nachos. That looks really
Hmm.
good. And then what was the Renegade hot dog at Pittsburgh? Oh wow, what is on there?
What are those?
Includes pot roast, mini. I can't pronounce that word.
Pierogies,
Pierogies. Thank you.
Perunes? Is that like
caramelized
sausage
onions.
inside there? What's a
Yeah,
pierogi?
I think so.
Mm,
New milkshakes to the Yankees, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about right here.
I could do that right
Rangers
there.
have
Yeah.
a new meatball garlic knot sliders. Yes, please. Italian meatballs
Look
covered
how
in
it's so
marinara sauce.
huge. Like we call this a slider. Half-pound meatball.
The Marlins have an all-you-can-eat ticket. That's not fun. Oh, the Braves are on here. Four bagger. What we got here?
It's not. I found a picture of the burgers. I'll show you next. But I
It's
mean,
4 burgers, 1 pound of brisket, Reaper pepper mayo, jalapenos, cheese, and beer battered onion rings.
eh, yummy.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I got, guys. So I just want to share that with you guys real quick, listeners. Be sure to watch the YouTubes to see all of these fun foods.
I'll close with the burgerita I was trying to find for you guys.
How many
Let's
how
see
many
it.
patties? Is it just one pounder?
Oh my
The
goodness.
bun are personal pan pepperoni pizzas. So I don't know how big that burger has to be the same size.
Listeners, if you're not viewing this, it's a little bit of heaven. Just know that.
Now all I could find was it was the final season of Turner Field. So that's how they said goodbye to Turner Field. They killed off all of their fans with high cholesterol and heart attacks and
All
started
right,
over.
Aaron, how long is that taking you to finish?
It might take a while. That's pretty beefy.
Are
What you ready
you
there?
and how are you dissecting it? You taking the pizza off, eating the pizza by itself, or are you trying to smash the whole
Oh
thing?
no, you got to get.
I
I don't
think
know
you
if
have
it
to.
fit, but you got to at least
You have,
try one bite all together,
yes,
or else you just
yes.
might as well go to Pizza Hut and McDonald's separately.
Yeah, I think I think give Joe a bottle of ketchup. He gets that done in about 10 minutes.
Ketchup is
Easy to
going
go.
on every single thing you just shown
Like
throughout
ketchup on
that.
those funnel cakes.
Ah,
All righty.
oh,
Well,
that was
thank
awesome,
you for
Joe.
the
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
rundown of food. We'll have to expand our horizons on our next trip and look for something besides hot dogs. With
You
that,
still
though,
will have a hot dog.
yeah, what's up, hot dog? Yeah, that's pregame. That's a pregame. So Jared's got some more fun trivia for us to close out our weekly episode here. So I need something to write on, I guess. All right, I'm ready.
Yep. All right, guys. Like I said, we're gonna during the off season, we're probably gonna try to do this more and more to fill some airtime. But I know the last couple of weeks we've had some segments to tie them into. This one, fellas, a little bit of everywhere.
All right.
All right.
So it's like
Trivia.
the rover of trivia.
Yeah, it's kind of the Rover trivia.
All right.
To my knowledge, I believe Aaron won last week. Is that right?
To my knowledge, Aaron has won both weeks.
And to my knowledge, Aaron's going to win every week because I have real skills and he has random useless skills.
All
Keep
right.
going.
Name two of those real
Fair
skills
enough.
real quick.
H and R.
Ambidextrous
You're
and
ambidextrous. You can use both.
I can
What do
stand
you
on
do
my tippy
left-handed?
toes for long periods of time.
Yeah. What do you do left-handed?
Throw, shoot, sweep,
It looks the same as right-handed, so I'll give it to
open
you.
the refrigerator with both hands.
I throw a frisbee left-handed.
I'd love to see you open the refrigerator with both hands. That'd be hilarious. Anyway, I'm trying to find a pin, so keep telling us about your skills real quick there,
That was the extent.
Do you have
That's
two-door fridge, or is it a one-door? So you're grabbing it like this, and
I'm not giving you intimate personal details of my appliances. Are you crazy?
Joe doesn't even know what a fridge is for. It's not plugged in. Goes to Casey's for every meal.
I was gonna say Casey's got a whole bunch of
Got a lot of
single
fridges.
handers up there.
Uh-huh.
all right. This will work. It's a highlighter, but I can see it. You guys can't. That's all that matters.
Jared, I have like 19 pins around here.
Okay, yeah, send me one real quick.
I've got one. Hope it works.
All right, fellas.
You,
Yes,
I was gonna say,
feeling
you know he's got
confident.
a lot of pins because he writes with both hands. Apparently,
Yeah.
he's amphibious.
Okay, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes, I
All
got the
right.
first one right. 1 point me.
All right, I'll write that down. 1 point for Joe because that
I'll
was
still
part of the
win.
quiz. He needs every point he can get.
Don't forget to
Fake your position.
We just cut the episode. That'd be hilarious. All right. Let me know when you guys are done with your answer, and we're going to start right now. Which player holds the record for most MVP awards?
Dang it. I seriously just looked at this when I pull up Otani and Pujols. I think I got it. I think I know it. I got bonus points for the amount.
No, there's no
We
bonus
just
points
looked up
unless
the
I say
answer. How
so.
would you not
I
know it?
know. I better get it right.
Yeah, I'm ready. I have Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds of 7.
All right. The answer was Barry Bonds. No bonus points. You actually get negative point for overachieving. So,
Yeah, I'm up 2 to -1.
Joe's never going to have that problem.
okay. Awesome, guys. Like I said, that was kind of a softball. Now, let's see how much easier these are. Who is the all-time leader in All-Star Game stolen bases?
Oh, All-Star Game stolen bases, huh?
And here's the hint. He played baseball.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
Better change my answer. Take off Wilt Chamberlain.
Long enough.
I mean, how's it not Ricky? That's not my answer, but how's it not Ricky?
He's trying to don't make any faces. He's trying to trick you.
This is the face I always make. It's by Robert De
Robert.
Niro.
Yeah, I was gonna say I told you Robert De Niro, man. That's good.
Um,
I'm ready. Oh, by the way, I had to cut like 5 minutes of dead time out of last week's pod. So come on, Joe.
yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Aaron, go ahead.
I got Pete Rose.
Joe?
Oh man, I was gonna do Pete Rose, but I went with Lou Brock.
Ooh, both wrong. Willie Mays.
Hmm,
Good
never
guesses,
heard of
All
him.
though.
right, Willie. This is my Robert De
Never.
Niro.
You never heard of Willie Mays?
Must have been player from back in
Second
the day,
best
I
center
guess.
fielder of all time.
All right. Question number 3. Here we go. Who broke up at least 81 no hitters with a home run?
Wait, what?
That makes sense.
What?
No, we only get the question once.
Would you like to repeat the question?
Who broke up 81 no hitters?
It could be the first inning and you hit a home run, you broke up a no-hitter.
Yeah. But he broke up 81 with a home run.
I feel like there's 1,000 players that did this.
Well, there's one.
If there's 1,000, there's at least one.
There can only be one.
This is weird. I'm not
Tricky,
done yet.
tricky.
He's telling me Morse code there with his eyes. All right, you ready, Joe?
Nope. I mean, there's got to be more than one answer to this. Go ahead.
Just one. All right, Joe, who you got?
I just wrote down a slugger, Adam Dunn.
Ricky Henderson.
Yep, Ricky Henderson.
Every leadoff home run would break up a no hitter.
So not once did they get to Adam Dunn. Okay, go ahead.
The answer's not Adam Dunn. If you
Adam Dunn faced 81 no hitters in the cleanup spot.
all right,
At a minimum. That's in the first half of the season.
yeah, but Adam Dunn probably struck out on every single one of those too.
Yeah, he's the reason it's a no hitter.
Here we go. Which player appeared at 5 different positions in an All-Star game? In All-Star games. All-Star games.
Oh, in All-Star games. Not one game, but
Correct. Games.
was he elected at all those positions? Do you know?
Sure. I don't know.
All right, you ready?
I got something written down here.
All
I
right.
got Pete Rose.
I put down Ben Zobrist.
What's Pete Rose?
5 positions. Where's he playing at?
He played second until Joe Morgan came. Then he moved to third, played both corners. I don't know if he played center. I don't know what the fifth one was. Second, third, both corners for sure. Maybe first.
All right, fellas. What is the only franchise to not lose 100 games?
Interesting.
I just saw this too.
What are you doing?
I don't
Just
know
looking
where I
at
saw it. It was
just
on a
looking at
tweet.
trivia all day.
The tweet
So
was the last time the team lost 100 games, the year and this team obviously wasn't on there.
What you got?
I don't know. Let me just think of a random team here real quick. Uh,
Cubs.
I assume you would pick a team that hasn't been around very long. Mm, New York Yankees.
LA Angels.
It is the Angels.
Us.
All right. The score is 4. Aaron, Joe 1.
I think this will be the last time I do trivia. Go ahead.
I'm, I'm not any better, trust me. What is the only team to not appear in a World Series?
I just saw this too. I was kidding.
Oh my
He
goodness.
did.
I
He did.
was about to log out.
Um,
The only team to not appear in a World Series.
I always like to use my skills on the field, not off the field with my brain.
We
I've known that about you.
we can compare career stats if you want.
No, we can go play right now. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
We
it's a
ain't living
long
in the
way.
past.
That's a long
It's a
way.
long way.
It is about 24 degrees. 18 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's cold.
Let me think real fast. Okay, I thought fast enough. I said Colorado Rockies. Have they ever been to one?
I got the Rockies as well.
It is the Mariners have never appeared in
Oh,
one.
I was thinking. Oh,
Rockies have. They have not won one.
Man, how can you be a franchise and not have been in the World Series? I mean, not
All
everybody
the
can
Mar-
win double digits like some teams, but
Yeah, it's crazy. Not too many teams have done that, right, Joe?
mm, not many at all.
Yeah. Less
two
than
worst
what?
teams of the league.
Less than what? 3?
More than one.
Something like that.
Yeah, crazy. Anyway, all right, next question. Who holds the record for most consecutive stolen bases without getting caught?
Barely.
That's a good
Yeah.
Baseball
question.
part.
You got to be on base and steal the base.
Ooh.
I can't. Yeah.
Most consecutive steals without being caught. Pools.
I mean, there's probably something nowadays where they made the bases 6 times as big. I guess that just happened though.
This guy's come up a lot. I'll say him.
I feel like I keep. Maybe this guy just popped into my head. I don't feel like I say him very often. I said Willie Tavares.
Good call. I like that guy. I got Juan Pierre.
Both wrong. Vince Coleman.
Ah,
Oh,
Vince. I'm sorry, man. What's it? What is it? You got the number?
I think I don't have it down, but I'm pretty sure it was 50. 50 in a row without getting caught.
nice.
That's pretty crazy. And then this one I didn't think was legit, but I looked it up multiple times, so I sourced it multiple
Okay.
times.
We're a professional pod here.
Who was the last Dodgers player with 200 or more hits in a season?
Everybody, fact check this. 200 more hits in a season.
Hmm. Was it somebody recent and that's what surprised Jared? Or was it somebody a long time ago when he's surprised nobody's done it since?
What if I'm surprised at everything?
Or I just live surprise.
Two Hondo,
I got a name.
huh?
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
How often does that
I got a
happen?
name.
Somebody gets 200 every year, right? At least somebody. Maybe not.
You'd think.
I
That's why I
think
had to
there's a
fact
couple,
check it.
yeah. I mean, people aren't
Uh,
playing 162 games as much, I don't feel like, but
striking out more.
All right, who wants to go first?
I got Piazza.
Joe?
I had Adrian Gonzalez.
Mm, it's Mr. Beltray.
Oh, nice. All right.
I believe
He's pretty
2004.
durable, I think.
Yeah, good player.
But I was surprised, but I mean, I
That
guess
was
Freeman
just,
hasn't been there too long, and then he kind of got Freeman's been hurt a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
and then
walks quite
Betts
a bit,
too. I
so
figured Betts would have, but he got hurt this last season too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I got to play them games.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's got 200 hits yet. Maybe his MVP season.
true.
So,
All right, couple questions here. Hopefully,
I like
round it
that
out
one.
with
That's
some
good.
wins here. How many World Series have the Milwaukee Brewers won?
oh, this is a, as Ozzy Osbourne would say, shot through the dark. Shot in the dark. I apologize, Ozzy. I have three.
I'll go two.
The answer is 0, gentlemen.
All right. I don't know
I
if
just wanted to
Robin
put that.
Yount won any.
I just wanted to
Nice.
put that in there because it's the Brewers and they have not won a single World Series. Just to let them know.
Another Milwaukee
Um,
franchise has the Braves.
all right, last question. At which visiting ballpark has Mr. Albert Pujols hit the most home runs? If you can't think of the ballpark, just give me the city.
I feel it.
It's got to be one of two.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll say Cincy.
I
Joe?
wrote down Pittsburgh.
Minute Maid Park,
No way. Wait, what's Minute Maid? That's Houston,
Houston.
right?
Houston.
They were in the
Man.
Central with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He destroyed Pittsburgh, but
And I think he had 33 there.
I thought it'd be between Cincy and Chicago. Two
So,
hitter friendly parks.
I love
some
going into some of those hitters and looking at their splits, first teams and stuff. And,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
fun.
a guy like Pools, he puts up like a
Just
career year in each
numbers
stadium.
Yeah, when you see them
everywhere he goes.
dominate their key division rivals, that's always huge.
All right, that's it,
That was
fellas.
fun.
Tie. That was what we do. Tie there. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think you tied. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that for your mental health. All righty, guys. So
Okay.
I think that's sign off. Hopefully by next week, Roki Sasaki has signed, and that triggers everybody else going after all these other free agents because we've only got. I mean, some pitchers and catchers reporting before Valentine's Day, so we're less than a month away from some camps opening up. So some guys need some jobs, including our groundskeeper. So
Mm-hmm.
he's
See how
getting
loose
loose
that is?
now. I can hear it creaking through here. All
You ain't
right. So we're
lying.
going to be back on for another Immaculate Grid Gamer right after this, but that concludes our regular scheduled episode.
Give us some comments. Talk about the foods you guys like. What foods you've seen that's been
Hey,
insane.
shout out to Pod comment this week, too. Did you guys see that?
No.
Give it to us.
I got to find it. YouTube. Should
Oh
have
Oh,
been
God.
ready for
YouTube?
this, huh? Yeah.
We post these videos?
Yeah,
I
dude,
thought
these
it
are
was just our
live.
parents. Someone said, and I don't know who you are, so if you can identify yourself. Oh, there's another one. Who's Herf Herf? Anybody
Who?
know Rory Harrington?
Dude, Rory. That's my dude down here in Belleville. What do you say?
Rory said, I love the Scotty Pods throw out. First thing, one of my favorites. Well done.
Yes.
The other one
Yes.
comes from
Thank
Vector
you, Rory.
Spectre. Anybody know a Vector Spectre?
What's
Nope.
your vector,
Dope
Victor?
name. Dope name,
Vector
though.
Spectre on our regular episode last week said, enjoyed your discussion. Good up and coming pod.
Yes, sir. We are.
That's a smart cookie. So,
Hey.
Guys,
Jared,
look.
thank your mom
60
for making up a YouTube name, Vector Spectre, and commenting for
I'll let
us.
her know. But 63 episodes in, boys, and we're up and
We're
coming.
finally up and coming by somebody we do not know. I
Oh my
appreciate the
gosh.
shout outs.
No.
Keep them coming.
Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate it so much.
Rory, you're my favorite, even though I've never met you.
Rory's the best, guys.
Bring him on.
One of the he's one
We
of the
got
nicest
space
guys
right here
ever.
in the bottom of the computer.
One of the
Where there's
nicest
the face
people I've
missing.
ever met. Play volleyball with him every Thursday.
Nice.
Rory, thanks, dude.
Joe, you got any of those invites? No.
You guys got to be good at
Invites
volleyball.
to volleyball?
Just the
Oh man.
Just trash talking the volleyball game.
I
Until
usually
next
just rage.
time. Don't forget to
Break your